Okay, so looking at weight distribution to make it more difficult to go for the leg lock or the Achilles lock, but we'll go over just the basic leg lock setup or the Achilles lock setup. So again, Jerome's playing flat on his back guard. Okay, I can create the space by using my hand to push open his leg and nearly step into a headquarters position. Anytime I step into a headquarters position to start my passing, I can attack his legs and Achilles. All I need to do is be able to put the overhook on his leg. You notice anyway from an open guard, it's usually not a good thing if your legs go to the outside, because now I can start getting into passing positions and stuff. So probably from an open guard position, you really don't want your legs flopping around on the outside. If they are, you'd want them like making a connection or on the inside where they're safer. But I create the space, I move into a headquarters position, and now from there I'm going to put an overhook on Tyrone's leg. As I sit back into the leg lock, I have one leg splitting the middle. I'm going to put my right foot, just turn this way, bro. I'm going to put my right foot on his left hip. My second leg's on the inside, and I'm going to make a connection with the inside of my knee to my heel. The main thing on the leg lock is I don't want to be trying to put it on Tyrone with his knee pointing straight up. Anytime we're in this position and I start to go for it, he can just, anytime I put pressure, he can just bend his knee. Okay, so I want to be moving to the side, so my left hand is going to smear his knee. The second thing I need is a bend in his leg. His goal is to have his leg straight. I want to smear it and get a bend in his leg. So I've seen this a lot, whereby the foot's on the mat and I want that leg to drive off to finish the Achilles, but Tyrone can push it off and then butt scoop over and can swim for inside control. So I actually put my toes on the mat and my heel is up, making a connection from the inside secondary leg to the outside primary leg. So now if Tyrone tries to push that off, it's just not going to happen. I'm using that for drive off. So I smear the knee, I get a bend in the leg. Two ways of finishing. I can use the sharp bit of my wrist, which would be a quicker tap right on his Achilles. I get hand to hand. I don't want to leave my elbow out or he can start to split that grip. So that elbow's tucked. And now from there, all the weight is going into my right elbow. I want to take that off the mat, so all my weight's going into his Achilles as I look over my right shoulder. I'm also pulling my connected hands from my belly up as high as I can. The weakness in that grip, whereby I'm using the sharp bit, is Tyrone can get a grip on my knee and then put the boot on. Notice now where my grip is halfway down his calf, so I'm never going to get that. So another option is, instead of using the sharp bit of my wrist, I can make the connection bicep deep. So when I'm here, I'm actually coming in bicep deep. Obviously the connection's not as good, it won't go on as quick, but if Tyrone tries to put the boot on, it's difficult. And probably on that finish, I will bring my second leg to the inside, or to the outside. And now from there, elbows tucked, and I'm driving in. Okay. Again, always making sure that I have a bend in the leg and I have something to drive off, either one foot or two. Let's look at the, wouldn't say escape, but it makes it very difficult for Tyrone to leg lock me. So say I'm playing open guard. Tyrone steps into headquarters position. Okay, and then from that position, he'll be securing an overhook and then just sitting back into this leg lock position. And now he's going to finish. And my Achilles is right in the crook of his arm, with my instep right under his armpit. His goal is to grab my foot and bring it as high under his armpit as he can. So to kind of slow that down a little bit, the minute he puts that on, I just lift my hip. So now all my weight is going into that foot. Now when Tyrone actually goes for his move now, it's very, very difficult. Alright, and sometimes I can come in close so he doesn't even actually be able to get his foot on my hip. And now from there, I can start to come up, clear the knee, possibly look for mount. Let's look at that again. So anytime your legs are on the outside of Tyrone's legs, okay, unless I like make hooks or something, my legs are exposed to the leg lock. So the minute he hooks, I just lift my butt off the mat. Okay, and now from there, as he tries to get into the footlock position, I can kind of come up with him, really smother him, so that Tyrone actually couldn't try to get your left foot on my hip. So see how close I am, and now I'm coming up on top. So he creates a space, he moves into headquarters. The second that comes on, I'm immediately lifting my hips. Okay, and now as he sits back, I'm coming forward, stuffing, coming up, and then I can start to play the game. So it's using weight distribution to make it difficult to get leg locked.